I grew up in a family where there wasn't a strong sense of what Yiddishkeit meant. From a young age, I didn't have any grounding for developing a relationship with Hashem. When I got to bat mitzvah age, I decided I wanted to do a bat mitzvah. And that became a starting point for me to enter more of the world of Judaism, to understand more about the rituals involved being a woman in a Jewish household. But I always felt fairly alienated from what was going on in the shuls that I attended. Aidan was 6 months old when we moved to Gordon. I started to prepare myself for returning to work after a year's maternity leave, contemplating my options for childcare. Someone told me about Ganenu and that I should definitely contact Fruma Shapiro. One day I walked into Ganenu with Aidan in my arms. He was 10 months old, and I felt completely embraced and welcomed by Fruma. I had a sense of safety and security and warmth and love. And that was the beginning of a new era in many ways for us.
When I was in Ganenu, I liked making challah and playing and the Shabbos party.
I loved doing the Shabbos party at Ganenu. When I was in Ganenu, I liked making challahs on Friday.
Through that period, Aidan started to grow, and he started to talk about Shabbos, and he started to sing the most beautiful Shabbos songs, and it warmed our hearts.
Mama has taught me about what we need to do in the Jewish festivals.
We loved seeing what he was learning and how he was growing and how he was starting to identify as a Jewish child.
The thing that I love most about being Jewish is wearing a kippah.
We were excited about the prospects for Ganenu and Chabad as an avenue for learning for him, and therefore as a byproduct for both of us. Through Aidan and his experience, I've started to feel a connection to Hashem through him.
Mama has taught me davening and like Shema and Moda'ani.
We come to his room and we have cuddle time and we sing Moda'ani together, and he says, "Thank you Hashem for my neshama and for giving me a brand new day. I thank Hashem for giving my son a brand new day."
My favorite mitzvah is if my friends don't have anybody to play with, I go up to them and play with them.
A large number of Jewish children have gone to public schools, and when I started to speak to Fruma about prospects for continuing Aidan's Jewish education, she said, "Well, why don't I do an after-school class?"
Because Siddur represents something really, really beautiful. What does it represent? The commandments. Do you know how many commandments there were?
Teaching them things about the Chagim, about Hebrew, about Yiddishkeit, about their Jewish identity, about our history, about the Pasha of the week. He loves the davening, he loves the incentives of the raffles, and he loves the learning. And he now asks us every Shabbos, what's the name of the Pasha of the week? Because the Bochurim are going to ask me and I want to know the answer.
They are nice and they give us free food and fidget spinners, and they're really nice. And also more Fruma.
Oh my goodness, you children are amazing.
I like my lessons with Mora Fruma because I like how she teaches us to be holy. I love Mora Fruma's class because you get lollied at the end.
Getting to know Fruma now and understanding what she puts into what I would call her life work. She's a woman with enormous wisdom and knowledge that has so much to share and to offer to broaden and brighten our lives. Sooner or later, the things we used to do on a Saturday morning, like going out for breakfast and being in shopping malls, doing chores, fell by the wayside.
Both of them has taught me to keep Shabbat and respect my mama and dad.
Through the after-school classes, Aidan started to learn about the period of the Omer. So he took it upon himself, with facilitation of Fruma and an Omer chart, to start counting the Omer last year. On the night that he was due to count, the 36th night of the Omer, I received the news that my father had died. It was sudden news. I was in shock. It was very unexpected. One of the first people that I called was Fruma. She provided me with enormous input and guidance around the journey of the soul and developing some insight and understanding about what was happening at a time where there was very little explanation. She was born to do this. If there was any purpose that she had, it was to be by the side of people during those grief-struck moments, to find some meaning in something that is often inexplicable. We have Rabbi and Fruma as incredible leaders, strong, consistent, non-judgmental and accepting leaders who convey a sense of security to the members of the community. They have absolute belief and faith in the Torah and in Judaism and all the wisdom that it has to offer, that therein they will find the answers for what we're searching.